FIT VPP stands for fitness, intensity, time, type, volume, pattern, and progression. We apply the FIT VPP principles to our workouts for cardiovascular health, stretching or flexibility, and your strength training and health. So beginning with cardiovascular, the frequency is mostly recommended to at least 3 to 5 days per week. The intensity is moderate intensity, so around 30 to 45% of your max heart rate, or vigorous, which is 60 to 90% of your max heart rate. A simple way to think about it is moderate, you can talk, but you can't sing, and vigorous is talking is very difficult. The time recommended is around 150 minutes per week of the moderate activity, or you can supplement with the 75 minutes of vigorous, or if you really want to boost your health, you can do a combination of both. The type, any kind of rhythmic heart boosting activity like walking, running, swimming, using the elliptical, rowing, and even the Stairmaster. And for volume, you're going to aim for around 500 minutes a week, which sounds like a lot, but once you start to separate, it does boost your health and becomes a lot easier. Now the pattern, you can do all of it in one continuous session or in less than or around 10-minute bouts throughout the day, meaning you can start in the morning and kind of get some of that going down. A lot of people like to run, or you can supplement for the nighttime and do it then, or even quickening your pace when getting to classes. That'll also motivate you throughout the day. And the progression. So with cardiovascular progression, you're going to start pretty slow and gradual. You're going to initially increase your time first, then intensity later to reduce any kind of injury. Moving on to muscular fitness, FIT VPP principles recommend the frequency is 2 to 3 days per week with at least 48 hours of rest between. It's recommended so that your muscles have time to relax, rest, and continue to grow. Now, the intensity depends on what goal you're wanting. Typically, though, strength is hoped to be around 60 to 80% of your, so 60 to 80% of your 1 rep max, meaning the weight is going to be a little bit lower than what your absolute max would be, but you're still going to be pushing yourself in that strength era. For endurance, you're going to try and lower a little bit less than 50% of your 1 rep max because you're trying to focus on just getting through it and getting it completed, which will eventually boost your muscles and make it where you can endure a lot longer. Now, time, there is no specific duration. Focus on completing your sets and your reps and getting all of that workout through. Now, when it comes to type, you can rely on free weights, machines, resistant bands, body weight exercises like push-ups, squats, etc. Or you can even join some kind of fitness class or have a personal trainer. Now, for volume, you're going to complete reps are around 8 to 12 at least for each one of your strength training exercises for most adults. Now, it is recommended to rest about 2 to 3 minutes between each set. Now, your pattern is a full body routine or split routine. So you can either focus on working out every single muscle or deciding and delegating certain days of the week are specific for your arms, your back, your legs, your glutes, etc. And for your progression, you're going to, again, gradually increase your resistance and your number of reps. And then eventually you can even increase the number of sets over time and lower your reps, which means heavier weights, better results. Now, for flexibility, the frequency is recommended to 2 to 3 days per week, which is ideal for the best results. The longer that you let your muscles sit, the harder it is to stretch them out later. Now, for intensity, you're just going to stretch to the point of mild discomfort, but really it's recommended to not feel any discomfort at all. Your stretches should feel good and like they're releasing some pressure, but there should not be any pain. Now, for time, you're going to hold each stretch for around 10 to 30 seconds. which will equal out to about 60 seconds per stretch. It's recommended to try and get through each of them at least twice so you can make sure you can go deeper that second time. Now for type, there is static stretching, dynamic stretching, and even yoga. So static is for static stretching, that includes holding a stretch in a position for at least 30 to 60 seconds. It's usually used after a workout and to kind of aid in breaking down that lactic acid and for flexibility. While dynamic stretching is active movement, meaning you're constantly stretching, you're moving around. It's usually a part of a warm-up. Now for volume, it's recommended that you go through all muscle groups, at least 10 to 12 total stretches per session, meaning trying to get at least 3 different stretches for every different part of your body. Now for the pattern, it's recommended to repeat each stretch at least 2 times, but you can even go up to 3 or 4, whatever feels better. And for progression, you're supposed to increase your stretch time, your reps, and your depth gradually. That's why it's recommended to do at least 1 or 2 different times of the stretch so that each time you can go a little deeper and get a little further. So, this is how the FIT VPP framework applies to our 3 major components of fitness, which is cardio, stretching, and stretching and muscular fitness. So by adjusting the frequency, intensity, time, type, volume, pattern, and progression, you can design safe, effective workouts, allowing you to complete any kind of goal that you want to reach.